Right, hello everyone. Well, here we are at Quatam River. I hadn't downloaded it, and I thought it was about time I did. I love the idea of this metal grid high up in the mountains for practicing taking off and landing. And I haven't been flying very much due to the illness I've got, and also we had a big 90th do for my my wife's mum. And I think if I'd been found playing X-Plane in the lead up to that, then my head would have been on the chopping block. So a couple of different things I'm trying today is, one, I've got to get my hand back into flying around, and the other thing I'm using is the Rift microphone, which I don't normally use, so it's going to be very interesting to see what's going on. So I set myself up here. I've had one fly around, and unfortunately I'm facing the wrong way for the best view, so let's turn around without falling off. Oh, it's on the edge. Let's move forward a bit. And what I really wanted to do was to practice just coming in, putting the brakes on, trying to get on here in one piece, try different approaches from different directions, and really just have a bit of fun to get my hand in again. And this really is, in VR, a fantastic view, I have to say. So let's get airborne. Let's head for the cliff and drop down. Glad the trees don't cause any collisions, because I'm sure I'm going to hit a few when we go round. And I'm guessing that if we fly around the back here, there's going to be a way in somewhere, some height. It's going to be over the top here. Look for the old watchtower somewhere. Over there, right? So let's come in low and then come up to that pad to see it over there. And it's not going to be much of a vlog this, it's just going to be me flying around and either making a fool of myself or see if it all comes back in one go. So let's come up slowly here, just trying to relax my grip on the sight clip, because I'm gripping it like nobody's business. There it is. Let's not worry about that branch. Put brakes on. A bit of a bumpy landing. Let's get down. In fact, let's play that as a game. Let's play touch and go from different directions. That would be an interesting one. So let's go over here, spin it round, come in from this side, a bit sideways, but who cares? As I say, I do this for fun. I've got absolutely no interest in proper directions or proper landing procedures as such. There we go, touch, go off, head down this way. Let's turn a bit higher so we don't cut the tops of the trees off. What a view, eh? And then drop down. We'll do a approach from coming up from below here, I think. But I think you have to worm your way through the trees to... Yeah, there she is up there. So, yeah, there might be a big enough gap there to get through. So let's go for it. Up, collective on, right pedal, and then we're going to have to somehow, I wonder what's why, I wonder if there is the room to do it, sneak under the trees. Or maybe a bit left there. Might be cutting a bit of foliage off here. Try and relax that grip. I'm just gripping it like nobody's business. And on we go. Oh, a bit of a bumpy one, but so the answer of this game is you don't stop. Once you've touched, you go off, you just look for another approach round. Playing around with the foot pedals, or a bit high here. Brakes on. Just going to pause this for a moment. We had a knock at the door just now, so sorry about that. And I've got so I'm up here. Yeah, it was just a postman in the end, but we were waiting for a parcel, so thought I'd better have a quick look, see who it was. So it seems you can fly, take your headset off, go look down the stairs quickly, and get back, and do it all safely. Right, so let's try this one. We're coming in backwards, bit of right pedal, straighten up, bit above it, touch, immediately off. Let's take a route down now. This time we're coming above the tree line, I think, if we can get some height. I know it's over there, I can see the tower. So let's come in from just that gap there. And again, got to let go of that collective stick. I'm gripping it like nobody's business. Right, there it is. Put brakes on, as it were. The collective. The right foot there. Zipping, drifting sideways. A bit high, but and then touch, and then off again. This time we go round here. Have a closer look at that tower. Well, it's pretty black in there. It doesn't look like they've put anybody in there. Just having a quick look around here. Again, it's all good practice. Feet, hover, controlling the helicopter. Right foot, get the nose round a bit. Keeping an eye on ground level. And as I say, it is purely fun. Not trying to show any fantastic approaches or landings from textbook type stuff. But what it does show to me in VR is that, as I've mentioned in plenty of other videos, my landings in VR are just so much better. I mean, I would nearly say, 100% better in VR than I do in flat screen mode. Judging that distance is just so much easier. So let's do another dive down the mountain, because that's good fun. We'll go round to the right. And I'm guessing somewhere around there. As I say, I don't know it particularly well. I did have a fly around when I first got it, but then we had to go out, so I don't really know my way around here yet. That looks like a gap. And it wasn't the gap I was looking for. Oh, a nice little lake. So let's go up a bit higher. It's got to be over there somewhere. There, I recognise that rock. So it went a little bit too far. So I have to remember that. There's the lake, keep it on the left for the approach in. Start putting the brakes on, lifting the nose, let it settle. Get ourselves steadied up, get ready to cut some branches off that tree. Come in. How confident are we? Can we spin it round and face it the other way before landing? Yeah, I rushed it, but I span it round, who cares? Try a nice stall turn, what we mentioned in the last video. Get back down. Go on the other side of the flag. This is very, very good practice. I'm going to say the words, this is maybe more fun than Shoreham, and I love practicing hovering at Shoreham and the different things, but this touch and go I think is a great way of building your confidence up, getting used to smashing the skids into metalwork, as it were. And we can reverse round and back out upwards. I know there's trees behind, but we go up vertically, we should be alright, and then pull backwards on the stick, give us a nice view. There we are. Pretty good, eh? Well, that's some fun there. There's a funny dirt strip over there, so let's have a look over there. Now this is where, to get my frame rate up, one or two objects might be missing, because I've seen pictures of this area here, and it has an aeroplane in, and I'm not sure in the distance if that yellow thing I can just about see is an aeroplane or not. I think it might be, yeah. Ah, right, so I haven't switched enough off that there's no detail. Well, any budding pilots out there who did get an aircraft into that spot, well done on them. Let's go down, have a quick look. As I say, a blog with not much to say. I'm going to be off for a few weeks. My boy's got his last A-level coming up, so big tension in the family is stopping there. He then goes away. 20 boys on the way to Zanzi, God help them. And I'm going to take a break with my wife. It's a couple of weeks getaway as well, so it could be a few weeks before Wonky's blog returns. As to if you'll miss it, I don't know, but I'll still be doing it, so it doesn't matter. How about that? So they've got an old aircraft here, and looking around, it's either got to have crashed or somebody's a damn good pilot to get it into this area. Maybe it does tell you in the instructions or vice versa, but just looking around, great scenery. It does take a bit of a hit on the frames. You do have to play around a bit to get it smooth in VR, but I've sort of found a sweet spot at the moment, which seems good. And those touch and goes on that mountain pad, it's a great way, you know, if you bang into it, who cares if you go left or right or land sideways. It's a matter of really learning to use your feet, and like for me there, just getting back into it. None of them were brilliant, but it's getting the helicopter in the right place, and by doing it faster because of that touch and go, I think you tend to think about your feet and spinning it round. You know, it's quite often on the larger helicopters. You know, we try and fly like commercial pilots would, and do lovely approaches and a long run in, but pick a small area like that and throw it around, touch the skids, get off, fly around again, come in from a different angle. It's a great way of learning to fly. Just one of the things I'm going to point out, detail on that aircraft, look, it's all rusty on the struts going up to the wings. Brilliant. So I'll leave it there. It's a bit of fun, that was all, before I go away. So give it the thumbs up if you can, and if you want to subscribe, please subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks. Thanks very much. See you soon.